Live from Gary O'Neill Studios in Baltimore.
You're listening to the C Plan Do Show. Gary O'Neill.
All right, here you go. DJ.
What's up, everybody? What's up? Happy Pod Day! Yeah! What's up, everybody? What's up? Welcome to the Seat Plan Do Show. I'm feeling refreshed after that break. Hopefully, you guys had a great time on a lot of events that happened in the last couple of weeks. But welcome, we back. Welcome to the Seat Plan Do Show with me, professional mindset coach, business coach, relationship coach, whatever coach you need for me to be at the moment, Mr. Gary O'Neill Jr. And as always, when you see me out in the streets at your local jazz concert, all right, sipping something red or white or maybe both, I don't know. All right, please offer me some more, and please don't forget the Junior. Shout out to Pops, and we really having a really amazing episode, season 5, episode 22. After this, man, that's it. One more. Season 5, episode 22, My Brother's Keeper, where we have the founders of MBK, My Brother's Keeper, which is a healing space and support group. And we'll talk more about them today. And this is one of those episodes that I said, hey, I told Jay, hey, I really want you guys to come on the show. So I wanted to make sure that before the end of the season, I'm a man of my word, and I wanted to make sure we got out here. All right, so we're going to really be talking about that healing space and that amazing support group for men, because we need it. So we'll talk to those guys. They're in the green room. They're enjoying some carb-free snacks, I think. All right. So I'm so looking forward to this episode. All right. So can I get to my shout outs? Absolutely. We've been doing this 5 times, 5 seasons. My day one A1 listeners, man. I can't harp this enough. I can't stress this enough. Thank you. My day one A1 listeners, my executive producers, my OGs, people that this is your first time watching. Hey, all right, your first time watching or listening. However, the universe brought you to me and me to you, whether you're inside the U.S., outside of the U.S., all across the world. You could have been doing anything else in the world, anything. But you're here with me. You're here with the amazing guests that come on here, and I appreciate that. And I want to make sure I do what I got to do. All right. So can we get right to the show? Absolutely. So let's get right to our C Plan Do moment of the week. And right after a brief word from our sponsors, we'll get right to it.
Are you looking to get certified in CPR, first aid, or other life-saving skills? Heart Savers Maryland is your premier CPR training facility. Individual and classroom sessions available. Schedule your training at heartsaversmd.com. Each second counts. Get trained today.
All right, your C Plan Do moment of the week is entitled 8 Habits That Are Killing You. 8 habits that are killing you. Number 1, sitting for too long. All right, sitting for too long is killing you. Get up, get out, and go do something. Number 2, not getting enough sleep. We really disregard how much sleep that we're supposed to get. You're trying to lock down at least somewhere between 6 and 8 hours of sleep. All right, I know that we get this entrepreneurial hustler spirit and we say, oh, I can't sleep. I keep one eye open, all these things, man. That's a lie. All right, make sure that you get some quality rest so that way you can get started on the day. Number 3, spending too much time on your phone. I want you to put yourself on timeout, put yourself on punishment. Give yourself an allotted time. Treat your phone as a treat. Give yourself an allotted time that you could be on your phone throughout the day. All right, number 4, holding on to grudges. Holding on to a grudge is like taking a white hot coal and holding it in your hand, hoping that the other person is affected. Let that grudge go, man. I'm not saying that you have to be friends with them. What I'm saying is when you're forgiving, you're letting that go. Let it go. Number 5, skipping meals. Please make sure you eat. That is killing you. Your body needs energy. Your body needs fuel. And just make sure you eat. Meal prep. Okay? Do what you need to do, but make sure that you get that food. Number 6, eating late at night. That might be controversial depending on your time frame, but make sure that you have a healthy way of eating, but also eating late at night. If you know you're supposed to be in bed, staying up eating Rocky Road or eating all this food and all this junk, it's wearing you down, man. All right, if you're going to eat, at least eat healthy at night. All right. Number 7, not exercising. At what all the doctors said. 30 minutes a day. All right, get yourself an elliptical, go walk around your community, go do something for 30 minutes a day. Start your morning ritual working out if you can, or start your nighttime ritual with working out. All right, you have to make sure we train. Let's train ourselves. Let's train our bodies. And number 8, allowing others to control you. You are in control of 3 amazing things every single day. What you think, what you say, and what you do. No one else has that button unless you give it to them. No one else has that control over you. No one has your controller unless you give it to them. All right, that is 8 habits that are killing you. All right, that is your C Plan Do moment of the week, as always, sponsored by Heart Savers Maryland. So let's get right to our Greenlight Entertainment song of the week, guys. In below, as you hit that like, share, and subscribe button, you'll see my playlist. You'll see how lit it is. Okay, you're gonna see the song of the week right after this brief commercial announcement. Again, season 5, episode 22. My Brother's Keeper. So right after this brief commercial announcement, we'll get right to it.
Having a wedding, birthday party, or other social or corporate event, contact Greenlight Entertainment today. With our experienced DJs, quality sound, and professional service, we look to make your event the event. Check us out on the web at www.greenlightentertain.com. With Greenlight Entertainment, you have the green light.
You definitely have the green light, man. I went to an amazing wedding over the weekend. Shout out to Cherie and Joel. Man, listen, that was one of the best weddings, top 5 weddings that I've ever been to in my entire life, man. The music was right. I actually didn't even DJ this wedding. The music was right. The mood was right. The energy was right. The love was there, man. Please make sure that you get quality DJs. Get quality stuff for your event. Make sure your event is the event. So contact us today, will you? Okay. All right, so let's get right into our entree. We're skipping the appetizers. We're going right to our entree of the evening. All right. As always, when you start seeing the change of the graphics, listen, if you need your graphics changed, man, reach out to me. Okay. Reach out to me. But once you start seeing me change the graphics and I start bringing people on board, man, you already know the vibes. All right. So let me please let me introduce you to 2 amazing gentlemen. All right, Mr. Jay Julian. All right, and if he looks familiar, I don't know how his beard grew past mine, but that's fine. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that offline. But if you say, hey, he was familiar, absolutely, he was in season 1 when I first started. Look at him back at it again. All right, and Mr. Miguel Sierra. All right, and they are the founders of listen, this is one of the groups that you have to be a part of. All right, that you have to be a part of. My Brother's Keepers. Gentlemen, thank you. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us, man.
As always. So, season 5, episode 22, entitled My Brother's Keeper, where we're going to be talking about the community, the support group that you have, because listen, out of all the different groups that people are part of, there's a lot of different entities, a lot of different organizations that support everybody. But this one right here, when I first saw you guys sort of put this together and I started seeing the flyers, all these wonderful things, man, I said, yeah, this is it. And I had to, Jay, you already know, I had to have you on, and it was great to just see all the work you guys are putting in. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. So without further ado, I actually have not had a lot of guests on season 5. I just wanted to rock and roll and do my own thing. I mean, it's my show, but most people know. Jay, you might even remember, right? any guest that come on the show. Now, of course, let me pull everybody behind the curtain. As a podcaster, if you're into podcasting, guess what, guys? Give your guests the questions. But here are some questions that I did not tell Miguel, that I did not tell Jay. Am I my brother's keeper? I'm gonna find out when we get back from my new segment, Fuego Rapido. All right, guys. So I know. So here are a couple of rapid fire questions that I have for you guys that, hey, these are questions they didn't know. So Miguel, since you have not been on the show before, let's just start with you, sir. So my first question, classic question, chicken wings, flats or drums?
Flats, easy.
Up, judges, correct. Look at that. Blue cheese or ranch?
Ranch.
Okay. Well, we 1-1. That's fine. All right, that's fine. And also, your favorite style of wing, just your favorite flavor of wing.
Buffalo hot.
Okay, perfect. That's perfect. That's classic. That's classic. All
I'm
right,
simple,
cool.
man. I'm simple.
See, I got those are simple, easy questions. I got out the way. Got them out the way. Jay, let's go with you. See, you had those questions, so I'm not even asking you those questions. Right? Jay, what's the best book you've read in 2022?
The best book I read in 2022?
Let's go.
Dang.
So far. I know, right? Yeah.
I'm going to say The Leader with No Title.
And you posted that book too. You posted that book. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Miguel, what about you? The best book you've read in 2022?
Probably the Will Smith book. Will.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually on my list. I saw a couple of people promote that, so I like that. Okay. Jay, back to you. What is a gadget or device that right now you can't live without?
A gadget or device?
Yeah, that just makes things easier for you.
My laptop.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, Jay. I think we come to the last question. I've seen you online almost every day. I chime in when you have thought-provoking, you have great information, the flyers. I share the flyers as much as I can. But I'm gonna go with Miguel first because I feel like maybe I might got one. All right, Miguel.
Don't say
we haven't. This is my first time actually interacting with you. Again, you guys are doing amazing work on Handy Community. But my question to you is more of a personal question. If I can ask you a personal question, what are your thoughts about candy corn?
I knew he was going to say that.
That's some nasty ass shit. Like, candy corn is disgusting, bro. I don't know like what kind of joke the candy maker was trying to pull on kids, but I never fell for that shit. That shit, yo, it's disgusting. That tastes like plastic with sugar. No, I'm good.
Plastic with sugar, guys. That's
you eat that shit. Is that the wrong answer? Because that's, man, listen, if you like
yes, the damn wrong answer, Miguel. Yeah. I didn't say that. It'd be all in. Yes.
You need to come to the support group. You need to come to MBK so we can help you work through that shit.
Jay.
Oh, man.
It's been years. Think about it. When you came on the show, it was season 1. I want to say season 1, right?
Yeah.
Things, people's mindset changes. Things change. Jay, we can even the scales here. We can right the wrongs.
Man, what?
We can right. Jay, candy corn, are you down now or not?
Thumbs down. That's 2 thumbs down.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, guys. All right, as the founders of MBK, all right, last thing that I want. So thank you guys for that. Last thing, give me something. A lot of times we don't like to make our own highlight reels, right? We're very modest, but on this show we like to just say, you know what, we're gonna flex one time. With MBK, give me something that was absolutely amazing that happened within the last 30 days. Let's flex out here. Just flex one time. Go ahead, Miguel. You just flex one thing, one highlight of MBK.
I'm not good at this part, bro. Like flexing on the show, on our group. Well, in the last 30 days, I think me and Jay have made some very important decisions for growth. We decided to focus a lot more on in-person events. You know, shout out to the hike coming up this Saturday. We're doing the difficult run trail, the portion of Great Falls, the Great Falls National, not national park, but
Got it.
In Vienna, Virginia. So we're shifting our focus from the Zoom room into more in person and more personal, interpersonal events, while still maintaining the integrity of the Zoom. That's our foundation. So we actually are mentoring and developing some young moderators for the Zoom who are taking over, so that we can focus on the expansion of the group. So we've been very intentional about that. You know what I mean, and taking our time with it, but definitely intentional. So that's probably the biggest shift.
All right. So the biggest shift going from not only online, which is mainly what I have been seeing, but you say, hey, we're going online and offline. Great. That's great. Reaching everybody. All right. Jay, what's up? We flexing or what?
I don't know if it's much of a flex, but I champion our consistency. We're going on close to 2 years of meeting at least once a week. So the first year we were twice a week. And we were doing like 2 other podcasts at the same time. Like we've been working hard as far as, getting our movement out there and just doing whatever we can to contribute to push the culture forward and, help our men heal and become the best versions of themselves.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you. All right. So let's talk about My Brother's Keeper. So can I officially read your bio, which I got straight from Instagram? Do I have your permission, guys, to read that? All right. So My Brother's Keeper is a healing space and support group tasked with creating the greatest generation of men ever.
Hey, I like how you said that. That was mad poetic. I think you did a new MC for the group, bro. I like that.
I'm not new to this. This at all. But I love that. When I first read it, when I asked Jay, hey, let me get all the information. And then when I saw it, I said the greatest generation of men ever. We see a lot of things that's happening out in the world where, it seems like men, all things that surround men are taking a hit. So to see an amazing group like this that not only supports but offers a healing space. A lot of times we don't have that space. It's sort of like, hey, well, we dictate to you what's going on, or we're going to tell you how you should feel or think. And there's no autonomy, or there's no healing space. There's no space for that to happen where somebody could be vulnerable. And so to see you guys be able to create that, man, that's this is I know that this has been life-changing for a lot of people. Just being able to sit back and sort of see the topics you guys talk about. But salute to you guys as far as being able to have the courage to be able to jump out there. So let me thank you guys first. Before we even get to the questions, man, let me thank you guys that it takes courage, as you guys know, to step out here and do something, especially if it's a first. It's not to say that there are not other men's groups, but the totality of what you guys do, man, is absolutely amazing, man.
Thank you, brother.
So from one man to another, I appreciate you guys. So let's get to those questions, man. Again, season 5, episode 22, My Brother's Keeper, where I'm talking with Miguel Sierra and Jay Julian, the founders of My Brother's Keeper. All right. So the first question is, like I said, man, I've shouted out, your accolades, man. My first question is, for the most part, you guys do amazing work with men and with women, because there's been ladies' nights, right? Which I really appreciated that. But my first question is, how did we get here? How did this happen?
I'm gonna let Meg share that story.
Okay, go ahead, Meg.
The origin story. So It was a little over, almost close to 2 years now.
Mhm.
Where I kept seeing on social media, like it was, you know how it is, like memes and gifs begin to trend, and it was like a trend of a lot of people were post, a lot of men were posting about, you know, get you a woman that can heal you, or get you a woman that's gonna be your peace and all that other stuff or whatever, right? So the consensus was like men were broken, and in order for men to come out of that dark space or that broken space, yeah, you get you a woman that's gonna bring you out of that. And I, you know, for me that mentality was problematic. You know what I mean? Because it involved, you know, you showing up to a woman with the expectation that she gotta heal you, that she gotta fix you, that she gotta do for you. But I feel like as men, um, we should show up to a woman in our families, right, whole, right? And I've always had a problem with us expecting women to fix us or help us when we can help each other. You know what I mean? All we gotta do is drop that ego, drop that hardcore, you know what I mean, shell mentality or whatever it is that you want to call it, and and you know, do for each other. So I had a conversation with one of my homegirls about it. She was talking about starting a group for women, more of a yoga group. Or now we were on a hike, and shout out to Nancy Richardson, man. You know what I mean? Like, I always give her a shout out because she's the one that actually put the actual idea in my head about create a space for men. And when that idea popped in, immediately, and if you follow Jay on Facebook, you know what I mean, that there's no brother that I know that moves in a more genuine way, in a more loving way than Jay. And I immediately reach out to him and I say, hey, this is what I have in mind. I need your help with it though. Like, I can't do it on my own. So we touched base. We created like a little format. You know what I'm saying? I signed up for a Zoom account, and we just started rocking, man. What was it? January 28th, last Tuesday of January in 2020, we started rocking out. 2021. I'm sorry. Started rocking out, and we've been at it ever since, man.
Wow, it's absolutely amazing, man. That origin story is amazing. So thank you for that. All right, so, and this is to both of you guys. All right, so clearly, as we talked a little bit earlier, there's a weekly support group that this is happening. You know, I love the flyer. I love the topics. All right, it highlights a variety, a myriad, a plethora, a bouquet of topics.
Big words.
Right? Yeah. Listen, this is what you get for on this show.
I see you.
We cutting the check on the vocabulary. So a lot of the topics, man, were some topics that as men we really probably don't talk about. Grief, self-care, celibacy, suicide, lust, love, and lust. Those are just a couple of them. Again, an entire catalog of topics. So this question is both of you guys. So what are some of the lessons? So you guys are facilitating this. You guys are leading the way. But what are some of the lessons that you have discovered personally, whether it's personal or even just in general, what you got from the sessions that you have received while conducting these sessions? So what are some of the lessons that you've gotten by doing all these different topics? Go ahead, Jay. We'll start with you.
I think one of the consistent lessons that has stood out to me, primarily because Meg does a good job of pointing it out, is that a lot of our topics, when you simplify it to its most basic form, comes down to our communication with either ourselves or with other people, our relationships, our interpersonal relationships, and how we effectively communicate. I think that that's been a consistent thread within our conversations. Having true, authentic relationships, being vulnerable, being transparent, facing your issues and your problems, and just being as genuine as you can in order to, create and manifest your reality, to get out of whatever it is that you're dealing with. It comes down with that authenticity that bleeds into your communication, whether it's with yourself or whether it's with other people. We can't fix problems without communication.
Absolutely. Communication is the key to any successful relationship. You know, we communicated about having this show. You guys communicated about, hey, what time is these sessions happening? You know, just all those things. All right. Meg, what about you?
For me in particular, just and Jay mentioned it, the consistency, you know, staying the course. And for me, it has been a whole journey. There have been times, I'll be honest, you know what I mean, when I felt very much stagnant in the group. I felt like, you know, we were not doing enough. I felt very frustrated at times where I want to be like, yo, that's enough, Jay. Time to do some other shit. And Jay be like, nah, chill. We're good. You know how Jay be, you know what I'm saying? Like the voice of reason. And now I'm very thankful for having him around. You know what I mean? So I think, and this is no disrespect or trying to minimize the relationships that I built with my other brothers and a lot of the women that are part of our tribe, right? But my working relationship with Jay has been one that I cherish because he's helped me overcome a lot of my shortcomings from the past, as far as like, yo, like I'm done with this. It was fun while it lasted type, you know what I mean? And I'm very thankful for him for, you know, keeping me in the fight. You know what I'm saying? I'm also thankful for the fact that, you know, obviously the group is not my only purpose, but it's a way for me to fulfill my given nature. You know, so I like doing for community. I like doing for people, and I don't think that I've ever, you know, and I've done a lot of shit in my life, but the consistency of being in this space and the reach that we have because of the Zoom. We got brothers out, you know, we have people from Canada, from Europe, you know what I mean, like join in. It has been a beautiful thing to have those exchanges and those conversations, and so I'm very grateful for the group and the space that we've created, you know, and taking pride in that shit. Like, you know, I have a hard time, you know what I mean, like accepting the fact that, yo, we did this shit, you know what I mean, saying like, hell yeah, we're doing the thing. So, you know, sitting back and owning that, yeah, man, some dope shit we're doing. You know what I mean? We might not be out there, you know, super world famous motherfuckers, but we're doing the work, and I'm very grateful and very appreciative for the space that we created. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And again, I thank you guys, and I'm pretty sure everybody who goes to any of the sessions. You know, it's very easy, like you guys said. We can create this external shell. We could be hard, and we don't. And there's never a space, never. And then when something happens, and then we're grieving, or when a person responds violently, and then we're sort of surprised, or something happens because we never created a space for people to be vulnerable. We never celebrated other men. Like, Miguel, you just celebrated Jay. And, you know, outside of maybe people playing sports, man, we don't really big up our brothers as much as we should. So that's great, man. That's really cool to see, man. All right, so my brother's keeper. And that's just, even when you think about that, man, how powerful that statement is. I mean, we've seen it plenty of times, man. You know, one of the iconic times we see in my brother's keepers, when you think about New Jack City or something like that, you know, when you think, yeah, you know, when you really think, hey, my brother's keeper, you know, that's an important title that somebody could bestow. Am I my brother's keeper? And like I said, when we talked about earlier, which I loved just the title, you know, my brother's keeper, and the vision statement or mission statement, which is highlights that this is a support group in healing space for men. So where do you guys think we are currently? A lot of things going on in the community, in the world right now. Where do you think we are as far as the state of the healing of men? Where do you guys think we are? Jay, we'll go with you first. Where do you
I think not only as a culture, but as a nation, I think that we're kind of programmed to be distracted as men. And not just distracted, but we have so many responsibilities that sometimes we have to choose whether to be a father or a husband or entrepreneur or whatever, or carve out some time to actually heal. And it's like, I don't know if I want to spend this time doing boom, 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 going to therapy or going to this support group or journaling or meditating or whatever. Like, I could be making money, you know what I'm saying? Like, or I can be doing this, that, or the other, you know, and that's kind of the dilemma that I see a lot of men run into, where it's like, I value these activities that are helpful and beneficial for me, but it's hard to find the time to do it because I have so many other responsibilities. And we feel like if we work ourselves hard enough, that life will get better, that we will be healed. Like, I'm stressed out because of boom, boom, boom. If I can get through this, then I'll be better. So I don't want to spend time, you know, trying to quote unquote heal when I can just, if I make more money, everything will be fine. You know, if I do this or if I do that or whatever, everything will be fine. And I think that, you know, one thing that we have to understand is that we need a mental, emotional, spiritual gym, just like we need a physical one. So that's one thing I've been trying to promote, you know, with MBK, is that this is not just a space you come to if you feel like you're going through some stuff or life is hard, whatever. Like, this is not a reactive space. This is a proactive space. This is where you come to stay healthy. And yeah, if you are going through something, that's cool too, but don't use it as, you know, a last resort.
That's why I wanted to quit, remember?
You know, and that's kind of, you know, and that's culturally, like, you know, reading a lot of books from therapists, even, you know, men in relationships, sometimes they won't go to couple therapy until the relationship is, you know, in jeopardy, or, you know, their wife or their woman is about to leave. So that's kind of how we approach things. And I think that we just have to become more proactive and make our healing journey primary, you know, element and aspect of our life.
Yeah, Miguel, you want to add anything?
No. I want to say, like, that's when I was expressing earlier my frustration with the group. It was that you know, Jay mentioned it, how people will come in and out when they wanted to talk about something very specific. They wanted to vent. They wanted to gossip. They wanted to, like, unload some stuff, which is fine. I love it. But then when you're doing well in your life, it's like you step away from the group. I say, no, because we need to hear this shit too. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because somebody is going through some shit that you went through before, and now you overcame that. Yo, come back, you know, reach back and help other people heal. You know what I'm saying? Help other people, you know what I mean? See a way forward, that, you know, give them some inspiration. Like, and, you know, and we had a long conversation about this, where Jay told me, like, man, listen, you know, you trying to make everybody leaders. Everybody gonna be leaders. You know what I mean? Like, everybody ain't gonna lead like that. Or you gotta give them time and all that stuff. So it's definitely tricky in today's society. You know, and one of the things I say about this is also that, you know, we live in a capitalist society.
Yep, absolutely.
Money is not everything, but when you don't have money, that's the only thing that fucking matters, because that's how you feed your kids, that's how you pay bills. You know what I mean? Like, so we cannot as men, as human beings, right, living in today's world, minimize or act like money can't buy you happiness and all that. Man, okay, I get it, but let's be real. We gotta make some money, right?
Right.
So making sure that we take an approach to the situation, which where we're meeting people where they are, and we don't try to minimize or romanticize, you know, the world in a way that is not realistic. You're gonna take licks, man. You're gonna take your L's. It's gonna happen, but yo, as long as we have each other, we're gonna see it through. You know what I mean? If you know, we were talking last night, I said, yo, man, you know, one of the things that we always talk about is people going to therapy, men going to therapy. but we didn't think about the financial impact that can have in somebody.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, we got to start doing like, maybe setting up a GoFundMe or some type of fundraisers to have people, and talk to a couple of therapists that will encourage folks like, yo, like you want to go to therapy, you can't afford it, we got you. You know what I mean? And I can't do that shit on my own because I ain't got the money to pay for people's therapy. My therapy alone is expensive enough, right? But having that understanding of the impact and the financials and the, how that financial aspect trickles to everything else, now that it's at the forefront, but we understand it. You know what I mean? And we want to make sure that people feel validated in their own struggles. We don't want to minimize that shit because it's real. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big hurdle that we have as a support group, because when you hear the term, healing space and support group, you think we over here singing Kumbaya and shit and holding hands or whatever the fuck it is, but it's not though. You know what I mean? And I always tell people, man, all you gotta do is show up one night and you'll see what we about. No matter what the topic is, you understand. You know what I mean? We laugh, we cry, we yell at each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not all healing is not linear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And healing leads to growth. You know what I mean? So, yo, we've thrown parties, we're doing yoga. What we doing, Tom? Last summer we had a yoga session, a meditation session, and we followed that up with a house party where we, had a little kickback. So we went from being all like this, and you know what I mean, and doing some shadow work and inner self work, to taking it with each other, high fiving and singing, Pretty Boy Swag or whatever it was we were playing. But balance, you know what I mean, and that's what healing looks like. Yeah. So the biggest challenge is getting people to understand that healing, it's not just sitting out around the campfire and singing songs and shit. It's dope. Healing is dope, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's some dope aspects of this shit. So rock with us,
Yeah. Healing is dope. Go ahead, put that on the shirt, man.
Healing is this one tidbit to what Miguel just said. When you just even think about the journey, like healing is an adventure. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it is something that we can look forward to as men. You know what I mean? Like, it takes courage. It takes a lot of strength. It takes the brotherhood. It takes, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of guts to say, I'm going to heal from whatever it is that I've, encountered in my life and whatever it is that I'm holding on to. And I think that healing has been, like Mig was saying, looked upon as something soft, but it's actually probably the hardest thing that you can do as a man. So I think that once, that understanding or that perspective is communicated, and once men get to actually see it, I think it'll be something that we're more enthusiastic about,
Yeah. I like what you guys, both of you guys sort of highlighted the same thing, which is investment. Jay, I like how you talked about having that spiritual gym, and how we, it's quick to be in the gym. We pumping weights, we working out, but we're not working out the other aspects. And Meg, when you talked about that investment, sometimes people do trauma dump. They'll dump it on you. They're like, all right, I'm good. Got that out my chest. And then that's it until the next trauma dump. And then it's like, hey, man, stick around and invest in the process, invest in the group. And and I love that you guys said, I love that the idea that healing is a journey. I mean, we see it all the time in movies. Here's the hero overcoming that adversity, having to deal with shit. And then here it is at the end, no matter what, whether they get their goal or they get the girl or they slay the dragon, here it is. Man, healing is dope. Mig, put that on the shirt.
Yeah, I just thought about it as soon as I said it. I'm like, hold on.
Before I do, put it on the shirt before I do. I'm gonna have to go ahead and edit out the healing is dope that you said on here. I'm just have to edit it out. Like, damn, I just came up with this myself.
I'm gonna copyright that.
Hey, put that on the shirt. Put that on it. Healing is dope. I need that shirt now.
I got you.
We need to reach out to some people. Healing is dope. That should be that's the shirt, man. I'm telling you.
My man.
Man, that was that, man. Thank you guys for that. That right there All right. So that was great. Healing is a journey, and healing is dope. And you don't get too many men saying that.
Because they don't see it. They don't give themselves a chance, bro. And that's the thing. Like again, you think of healing, you think of something soft, you think of something painful. You wanna, I gotta do all this. I ain't doing that shit. I'm rocking. I'm making money. I got a pretty girl. Whatever it is, man. You focus on that. I don't want to say superficial shit, but you focus on things that give you some sort of status or whatever it is from the outside world. But yo, man, you're rotting on the inside. Not rotting like that, but you hurting. Yo, man, listen. It can be painful, but it's also dope because there are parts of our healing where you build community, right? That's healing also, right? Creating a support system. I always say shit all the time. If I can cry with you, I'm not gonna laugh with you. If I can't come to you when I'm to share my losses, I'm not gonna celebrate my wins with you either. You know what I mean? So having that balance, having real, genuine people that care about you, that will push you, that will call you out, that's so freaking important. But that shit creates dope ass moments too, where you laughing, when you hanging out, where you high fiving each other, whatever it is. So, if you don't give yourself a chance to get on that journey, you never realize that shit. And all you're gonna do is, think of healing like a suburban white lady sport type, you know what I mean, where they go to the woods and shit and like do you know what I mean, yoga and shit. The yoga's dope as fuck, don't get me wrong, especially black yoga. Shout out to my homegirls and my homeboy that are yoga instructors, you know what I'm saying? But you just gotta, have the courage to take that first step.
Yeah.
After that, you know what I mean, you'll see it.
And I think one thing that I've observed, and I'll make this quick, is that, and this is generally speaking, men like to show up in spaces that they're experts in. Like if we're knowledgeable at it, or if we're good at it, we're there. But if we're not knowledgeable, or if we're a novice, we kind of shun away from those spaces because it is that ego, that pride. You want to step up in a space and be like, yo, I'm the man here. You know what I'm saying? I'm the best at it, or I'm one of the best at it. Listen to me. I don't need no one, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to one up me or lead me. Like I'm the alpha. So if I can't be the alpha, then I'll just stay home in my man cave. You know what I mean? And I think that once we get out of that and we understand that we can literally mold ourselves into whoever we want to be, but we have to be courageous enough to step into spaces where we're not the alpha there, where we're learning or listening or studying or researching or practicing instead of wanting to just ace things automatically. Like healing is not one of those things. And even if you've been healing for a long period of time and you have all the resources and all of the support groups, like we're always running to a new chapter of our life where we're starting all over again, learning how to heal from something new. So that is a part of the journey.
Yo, so let me just real quick too.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, you ain't gotta say real quick.
Another space that we like showing up in, and we've seen this, firsthand, is showing up in spaces. And by all means, this is not a bash on any other support group or spaces where people are trying to do the work, because you can do what you can. You do what you can, and shout out to the fellas out there doing everything that they can they recognize a problem and they go at it. But what I've noticed is there are a lot of spaces that in trying to heal, all they really end up doing is bashing other people, right? So we're quick to show up in spaces where you're gonna validate my deflection of accountability. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, you know how women be, you know what I'm saying? I'm sick of women. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, hold on. Let's peel that back. Let's focus on you. You know what I'm saying? But spaces like that. And let me say this, I'm not gonna bash the dead, but that's where spaces like Kevin Samuels, for example, you know what I mean? Like made it Kevin Samuels and what's the other one? The Jared Jackson dude or whatever, people like that focus on bashing a specific demographic makes it easier for women or men, to go there and say like, yeah, he's wrong. But you gotta look at your own self.
Right.
Yeah, we can discuss that shit. And that's why we have ladies' night, because they're we cannot grow as a community, as a tribe, just the men over here and the women over here. We gotta come together, you know what I mean, and discuss shit and move forward as a unit. But we can't even have those conversations if we don't take accountability for our own shit. You know what I mean?
One.
And that's the problem that we have as men, is that we don't want to look weak. We don't want to look vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather tell you like, yeah, I'd rather talk about being angry than being sad, for example. You know what I mean? So we have so much work to do, yo. Because all that shit is not even like, I see somebody doing that shit, and I look at that's not their fault. They came up in an environment that required them for survival for them to act that way. You know what I mean? And it's on us. Like, me and Jay are not perfect motherfuckers. We have our own issues. We have our own struggles, and we talk about shit all the time. We didn't create MBK from a place of enlightenment. We created MBK from a place of need for ourselves. We need the space. You know what I mean? We're not teaching nobody shit. We talking and sharing experiences the same way other group members do. You know what I mean? And I think that's important to maintain, to remember. You know what I mean? Like you gotta do. You can't just deflect guilt or justify your actions or lack of actions by putting it on women or your neighbors or your fucking teachers or your parents or whoever it is. You got to have accountability for yourself as some men.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for the women, I need women to understand. My bad, yo. I'm in my bag.
No. Hey, you got it. Space. This is
women, right? For the divine feminine, I think it's important for them to understand how important men's mental health and men's healing is. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like, so encourage that shit, promote that shit, all that bashing, all that ain't, all that's gonna discourage dudes from getting help. So our mental health as men, our growth as men, our peace, our inner peace as men, impacts and affects in a positive way everybody. Children, you know what I'm saying, our spouses, you know what I mean, our parents and shit, our brothers, whoever. If we come from love, if we come from a place of peace and understanding, bro, like everybody wins. Everybody wins. You know what I'm saying? So that's all.
And that was great. And you're right. And a lot of times people get into these spaces and they looking for co-complainants. Because if you co-sign my negative behavior, you are justifying my actions. Now I'm good. You done gave me the green light to be this way because you co-signed. So yeah, I like that, man. That was great. As we wrap this up, man, this has been an amazing episode, man. This is one of those episodes where I'm gonna go back and listen to it. Season 5, episode 22, My Brother's Keeper, went with Miguel Sierra and Jay Julian, the founders of My Brother's Keeper, a support group in healing space for men. All right, there's currently a man, young man, older man, any transcending generations that's listening or watching. The universe has brought them to this episode. What advice, what tidbit could you offer them moving forward? Miguel, we'll start with you, Miguel.
Man, that's tough. That's tough because it all depends on where they are. You know what I mean? I feel like there's no cookie cutter stuff, man. I would tell them, trust the journey. It's not wins and losses, it's wins and lessons. You know what I mean? And I don't know where this person might be in their part, what part of their journey they're on, but understand that you're gonna get knocked down sometimes. You know what I mean? Like don't stay down too long. And when you get those wins, when things are good, enjoy that. You know what I mean? Don't be so quick to move on to the next thing and to the next win and all that. Like, hey, celebrate for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because remember those losses and those moments that when you're winning. You know what I mean? I think it's important, man, to give yourself a little bit of credit, to give yourself some balance, and to give yourself some motivation moving forward. It's a, like I said, life is not a destination; it's a journey, right? So make sure you're not stagnant. Make sure you follow your passion. I mean, I can, this is you talking to the wrong person. Time about I gave one piece of advice. I can be here for a whole hour giving advice based on my own experience, man.
Hey, that's great. Hey, whatever we can get, man. I
mean, just live life, and make sure you're not breathing through life, but live it. Enjoy it and tell people you love them. Say I love you a lot. Hug motherfuckers. Like if you love somebody, tell them. Don't take relationships for granted, and enjoy the moment.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Okay.
Don't fucking eat candy corn. I'm gonna add that one to my list. Don't eat that.
Definitely. That I'm dead. Yo, that see, yo, this can't. I thought this was a space for me to be vulnerable and share my candy corn, my candy preference without judgment.
Bro, what are you? Amazon? That's the only place I can think of that still sells candy.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that I head on up to one of these events, straight 2 big ass bags of candy corn right then and there. Right.
You trying to shut us down? You trying to shut us down already? Give us bad reviews.
All right, Jay. What about you, man? What do you have for the person? The universe is gonna, the universe is gonna do this. Somebody's gonna come across this, whether they watch every episode that I've been putting out here, or this is the one. This is the one. They just happen to come across it. So what advice? What's the tip? A jewel, a gem?
I would say choose to fall in love with yourself daily. I think that is probably one of
Julian thing to say.
The most important things that has saved my life personally. Be accountable to yourself. Court yourself. Start finding out who you are as a person, and start being grateful for those things. Nourish those things. Cherish those things. Invest in those things, because you are the most important person that you'll ever meet. And the conversations that you have with yourself are the most important conversations that you will ever have. So value it, value yourself. And if you don't know how to love yourself, learn how to love yourself just like you would learn how to love somebody else. If that means writing in the morning, figure out, like, personally, when I was suicidal, I had to check in with myself every morning and ask myself, if today was the last day, what can I do that will make this day count? Or what can I do that will make this day a fulfilling day? And I only did those things. I didn't care what I planned before that. Like, whatever I need to experience today for me, for my health and well-being, then that's what I'm gonna do. And I did that every day, and my life changed. So love yourself, be accountable to yourself, and invest in, the things that are beneficial for you.
Man, you guys, yeah. All right, guys. That's the end of the show. And I'm sitting here processing all the things that we talked about, and you guys have done, man. Again, thank you. Thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on the show. Please let people know how they can connect with you. Some of the events that's happening, upcoming. Please drop us all the information, man. Go ahead.
You can follow us on Instagram at MBK Tribe. That's MBKTRIBE. And we're on Facebook as MBK Tribe as well. We have a hike coming this Saturday at Great Falls. We'll be out there bright and early in the morning. We'll be doing a lot more workshops and events just to build a community and be as creative as possible so that we can, bring the best out of, the people in our community, starting with us as men.
And you can find out the information on the hike on the Instagram page. It's a Eventbrite sign up link and everything there. So the hike is open to all men and their offsprings. The young sons or nephews or the neighbor's kid. You bring the little homies out too, man. It's important for us to show them what healthy male bonding looks like. You know what I mean? So we're looking forward to it, man. We have about 50 people signed up so far. But yeah, this Saturday coming up, and then we have a movie viewing. When is it, Jay? I'm trying to do it in August. I think in August we're trying to have a set of the viewing of this movie on mental health, men's mental health specific. So once we have the details on that, we'll push it out, on our social media page, Instagram page.
Okay. So, typically guys, I'm dropping this episode, man, tomorrow morning. Usually I would have waited till Tuesday, but I definitely, when I learned about the hike, so the hike is July 9th. Please make sure you guys check that out. Please make sure you sign up. Please make sure you check out their social media pages, man. A lot of amazing stuff, a lot of amazing topics that are real. It's easy to talk about the finals. It's easy to talk about what's on TV. That's great. All those things are great, but you have to have a balance, like these gentlemen talked about, having a balance on enriching things outside of just cake. It's nice to have cake, but you still got to have sustainable things. Don't do it, Meg. Don't do it. I feel like you ready to go ahead and do.
I'm chilling, bro. I'm chilling.
All right, guys. That is man. This is one of those episodes, man. I greatly appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to come on the show, man. Thank you. Thank you
for having us, bro.
Yeah, you guys can check out each and every episode, man. Here, C Plan D Show. We're dropping them weekly. All right, get caught up in not only this episode but every other episode. Hey, if you want to be a part of the show, you want to come on, you want to talk about your goods, your services, your events that's happening, things that is on your mind, please check me out. Please shoot me an email, shoot me a DM. Let me know. You want to be a sponsor? Check out the sponsorship packages. And as always, guys, you guys are the best part of the show. Outside of the guests, you guys are the best part of the show. And until we see each other again, man, because we'll see each other again. All right? We'll see you at the hike, right? Until we talk again, because we'll talk about all those different things. Maybe we won't talk about candy corn because clearly this is not the facility to do that, the space to do that. So we'll leave that there. And until we share those special moments again, guys. Hey, always remember, guys, see what you want to do. Plan that thing out. Hey, get yourself in a space, surround yourself in a tribe, hold your brothers accountable, and just do it. All right, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Same Life Coaching time and same Life Coaching channel. See ya.